Hello everyone! Welcome to Get Creative With It. This is the first time I have been back with a craft video in a while, actually since my Orbeez experiments. This is going to be just a kind of a step-by-step process that I did while making a birthday countdown board for my daughter. She is turning 3 in September and she's very excited for her birthday. She keeps asking me how many days until my birthday. How many days until my birthday? Birthday's coming up. How many days until my birthday? So I saw this idea on Facebook. A Facebook friend of mine shared kind of a similar idea. Actually, I mean, it is the same kind of idea. They had a single balloon, it was chalkboard paint, and then it had days until my birthday. And I wanted to take kind of an idea from that and make it my own thing. And so that's where this was born. And I had almost all of the things that you see in this video already in my garage. This is just a scrap piece of plywood that I had. Some paint. This paint tray and little roller thingy I got from the Dollar Tree, which of course means it was only $1. So that's pretty simple. Starting with some gray paint in the background. This first bit with the gray background, it doesn't last long, so I'm not really going to say much about it except for there's a lot cut out because I did not like the way it looked. But I still wanted to show the process of how I got to where I got to, so I included it anyway. So yeah, that's a lot of so's in one sentence, as it usually is in my videos. But anyway, I wanted to say that I am so sorry for the audio quality. I'm currently having some issues with my cell phone, which is what I use to record everything. I use it for my audio, I use it for my video, I use it for everything. And for some reason, today it has decided to not sound good. Right now I'm even using a brand new app that I downloaded specifically for the voiceover, as well as my husband's gaming headset plugged into my phone. So I'm doing the best that I can. For some reason it's just not working today, and the final video of me saying thank you for watching is also recorded today, and the sound quality on that's just as bad, and I do apologize. Hopefully I've got some music playing too, so it doesn't sound quite as terrible, but if I don't, even if I do, I am sorry that you have to deal with the kind of choppy sounding audio going with this. But anyway, my first idea was, days till Ellie turns, and then whatever. I was going to have 2 balloons, one at the top, one in the bottom opposite corner, and I wanted to have it, both of those chalkboard paint, so that we could use them every year, and not just one year, this year when she turns 3, whatever. Which is what I'm doing now, and I have to say, I am very proud of how these letters turned out. I tried everything to save these letters, and unfortunately in the end I wasn't able to do that. But yeah, turned out that wasn't going to fit, so I had to try something a little bit different. So I have to cover all of that up and kind of start from scratch again. Like I said, I tried really hard to keep the letters because, man, did they turn out so pretty. I had such a shaky hand. It was absolutely incredible to me that it turned out the way it did. So my next idea was to, as you can see, I'm a little bit struggling there, add another balloon on the same side and just write days till Ellie's blank birthday. So it would be like 2 days till Ellie's 3rd birthday or something like that, which at the end you'll see that today, the day that I'm recording this voiceover, marks 39 days until she turns 3 years old, guys. I can't even believe it. But anyway, I wanted to add some pink. She really loves pink. This pink though, it just clashed so badly with that dark gray. That gray just was not a good color for this at all. I was very not happy with it, so I ended up having to change it, which you'll see in a little bit. Here, though, you'll see me making some squiggles. Yeah, those squiggles are supposed to be confetti, and I actually cut out the biggest portion of me trying to make these, and basically just skipped me cutting them. or painting over them. So there's me mixing up my color. Boom, confetti. And there's me covering up the confetti. Boom, no confetti. Confetti's gone. And then I decided it wasn't going to work. I restarted the whole thing. And this is what I came up with. I went with a lighter background, which was white and pink, with some dark pink balloons in the background, just to kind of make it feel more birthday-like. She really likes balloons. She really likes pink, even though her favorite color right now is red. And she kind of goes back and forth between red and green. But pink will always be a color that, she will somewhat like. I mean, I don't feel like she'll ever hate the color pink. I don't think I've ever hated the color pink. I've never really been a big pink wearer. Like, I don't wear the pink clothes and stuff like that. But this is very beautiful, and it's not like it's all on her, so it was very pretty. My letters didn't turn out near as good, though. I couldn't figure out how I did the other ones. This one here, I used a smaller brush, I know, but I couldn't hold my hand the same way, so I kept messing up and having to make it thicker and thicker, and it's alright. Oh, and I added the word amazing, because her birthday is amazing. It's the most important day of the year for the entire family. And you can't have a happy birthday without an exclamation point. So I had to add that in. Couldn't just leave it blank. Could you imagine just having a period at the end of the sentence? This is how many days till Ellie's amazing 3rd birthday. And that's it. No happiness, no exclamations, no nothing. Anyway, all of that aside, because that was a terrible, terrible joke thing. As you can see, I mean, I'm going over all the lines that I carved into the existing paint. While the paint was wet on the background, I took the end of my paintbrush that I'm actually using now, and just drew in everything to make sure it's going to fit right. And that way, if it didn't fit, I could just go back in and fix it before I got all the way done with it, which is what I should have done with the other one, but I didn't. Here, I painted in the balloons black. I didn't really have to do that. I don't actually know why I did that, but I did. So there's that. And using my small brush, of course, to get the finer details on the whatever that little bit is called there. I don't really know. What is that called? The little bit that you tie off. Is just the tie off the balloon. I don't know what it's called, but use my fine brush for that. For her name, I wanted it to pop. Oh, wait, no. This is where I go in and actually add a little bit more detail to the balloon, which shows you, or to the little balloons, which shows you how I actually did the balloons in the first place. I really wanted to go in and add a little bit more almost subtle shading and stuff to it, so I just went through and kind of dabbed my brush around on it, just added a little bit more color. I left a lot more of this one in than I did with the gray background, because I knew that the gray background obviously wasn't going to stay in the video for very long. I couldn't just start with this. And the reason why I didn't paint the background balloons on camera was because it took me like 4 tries to get it right. And that was just a lot of progress to have to keep up with. For her name, I wanted it to pop, so I wanted it to be white, but the white obviously doesn't stand out on a white background. So you'll see me do quite a few layers of different shades to try to get the right color. I started with white, which I think I actually showed the whole thing through. And again, I could not get my hand to work correctly, I don't know if it was the way I was holding the brush or what. It just wasn't wanting to work correctly at all. It still turned out okay, regardless. Don't get me wrong. So I went with the white. You couldn't see it well enough, and it was also very thin. My white wasn't mixing that correctly. It was kind of old. So I went with the gray. The gray probably would have been okay in the final project, but I still wasn't quite feeling it. I thought it was a little too dull. So I take more and I go back in with more white, try to make it a little bit lighter, and thought about doing some like shading on it to make it stand out a little bit more, like the sun was shining on it or something. But ended up just not worrying about that part. And I went over with the white, with straight white, quite a few times. Also, didn't seem to make sense that I left the string for the balloon going behind a background balloon. That didn't make any sense. So I'm glad I noticed that before I finished it up. And this is Rust-Oleum, I think is the brand that I use. I just got it at Walmart. Chalkboard paint. I mixed it up the best I could, but I didn't really have an actual like mixing stick, so I used a plastic paint spatula knife thing. Paint knife? Is it a knife? I don't know what it's called. But I used one of those, again, that I got from the Dollar Tree. And it seemed to actually work really well, so I'm glad that I didn't get like a big can of this. But guys, I have so much of this left. I did not use, but 4 or 5 brush dips worth of this stuff, so I have so much. So if there's any more crafts out there that use this, let me know, because I'd love to do it. Now I went over both balloons with it, let it dry for 4 hours, and I did another coat. Actually, I let this one dry overnight. I did another coat. Yeah, I let this one dry overnight, and then I did another coat over top of it, and then I let that one dry for about 4-ish hours before I did anything else to it. And then after it was dry, and I waited long enough, I took this Rust-Oleum protective coat for chalk paint and just sprayed over the entire board. I'm not really sure how this stuff works. I've never used chalkboard paint before, let alone a spray paint that goes over it that's supposed to protect it. So I don't know if it like helps. I don't know how it works. But ended up, as you can see, I outlined Ellie. I did that with the black, or no, I'm sorry, I apologize. I did that with black paint later that night. I had just decided that I wanted to do that, so I did, and I wasn't able to get my phone out to record. But I went to Wally World the next day, and I found these paint pens, which very, very much came in handy, and I really wish I would have started with this, because if I would have had these to begin with, let me tell you, it would have been a heck of a lot neater and nicer. But I'm so glad that I got them when I did, because outlining these balloons, it was just perfect. It was a great idea. And later I actually go back and use the black pen to touch up all the letters and stuff like that, and make sure there wasn't any paint overlaying those. But I thought this just really made the balloons pop and look really chalkboard-like, and I really enjoyed that. I love that so much. All in all, the only money I spent on this was stuff that I didn't already have, was the chalkboard paint, the spray paint protector, and these 2 paint pens. That's it. The rest, everything else I had out in my garage already from previous projects. There's so much stuff out there, it's not even funny. You can see Ellie's little shadow and her hand poking in. Kept having to tell her not to touch the wet paint. She was really excited about this thing. She wanted to know what I was doing. This one here was a fine tip, and I really wish I could have found it in the medium tip, because it would have been so much better, but honestly, this one worked out fine. I just had to pump it a lot more. Yeah, of course you gotta have like the pretty marks on the balloon where the sun shone. I should have went ahead and colored those in white, but I didn't. Waited for this to dry, sprayed it down again with that protective coat, and then we got to this point where I was finally able, after waiting 24 hours after spraying it with that final coat of protector, I was able to write on it. It writes so smooth. It looks great. And we are finally able to start counting down the days to her birthday, which, like I said, right now is 39 days until she turns 3 years old. And I can't believe it. All in all, I'm very proud of this, and I think it looks great. Do you know what this says?
Yeah.
What does this say? Apostrophe.
No.
It does say Ellie, that's right. This says there are 39 days till Ellie's amazing 3rd birthday. You have 39 days until your birthday. 39 days until you turn 3. Yeah. Can you show me 3?
Let's
Yeah. Right here. There you go. Are you excited for your birthday? Are you excited for your birthday?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, that was that. I hope you really enjoyed. I hope my voiceover turned out okay. I had a little bit of an unorthodox way of having to do it, so I'm hoping everything turns out okay and looks alright. It sounds okay once I get this up on YouTube. So to close out the video, I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This craft was kind of aggravating, but also very fun. It was made with a bunch of stuff that I already had, and I only spent probably about $10 in total on the stuff that I didn't already have. So, I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Enjoy some pictures of my kiddo with her new birthday board.